if you feel lost in life, listen carefully to this. It comes a moment in the life of each one of us where we are done pretending, when we are done following others and following the paths of life that they are showing us because they are so somehow empty that we do not feel anymore ourselves. When this moment comes, when you really are disgusted by the materialistic way of living that always makes you want more of a money, relationships, validation, and all of these things, because basically you are somehow giving your power to the external objects to somehow make you feel yourself and to validate you literally. So when you are ready to reject all of this because you see the emptiness of all of it, then you start your inner journey. You start to look for what you were expecting from the things outside within, which means that now you already have the wisdom that by living in the common way that most of humans do, you will never ever find somehow something everlasting, something that truly makes you feel yourself, makes you feel connected, makes you feel present, makes you feel happy, and especially peaceful. Because in reality, what we truly looking for, it is inner peace, either we know it or not. In fact, when we have a desire, our inner peace is somehow disturbed. In reality, when the desire is somehow like fulfilled, whatever it may be, then again we come back somehow to this inner state of peace that we already possess because it is our nature. So when I understand all of this, I don't desire anymore all the things that everyone tells me to desire because I'm supposed to. And then I pause, and from here I realize that I already have within myself all the things that I'm looking for: peace, presence, awareness, joy, calmness, everything, it's within. And then doesn't mean that I stop desiring and I don't want things of life anymore. Absolutely not. But I have conscious desires. I will desire things that I like, that are truly good for myself and for others. For example, if I know that by getting something, someone else will suffer, will get hurt, will lose something, I will think twice before acting and before going into manifesting. Another thing is about manifestation. Nowadays, in the spiritual world, everyone talks about manifesting. Sure, but what and why? We must really understand what do we really want and why. Is it because we need validation? Is it because we feel empty? Is it because we want to prove something to others or to ourselves? Be very mindful, because when awakening happens or enlightenment, the desires that you will feel that you want to manifest are desires that are benevolent to your real self as a soul, not to the human idea that you have about yourself. And you will never ever have a desire that somehow will hurt others. So this is also very important. Another thing that you must now focus on, it is your presence. It is your awareness. Because you must reach a state which is like an inner state somehow to go within, that you can start to have more power over the things in front of you. This is awareness. This is what changes everything. In fact, this is the secret of enlightenment, spiritual awakening, and even my own spiritual journey. The moment I have found this secret, this is a pure awareness that I am detached from any thought, detached from any idea, from any trauma, from any desire, and I stabilized in it, then I've been able to really readjust my life completely. First of all, my inner life, and then my outer life. In fact, another thing which is very important, we must understand that before changing something outside, we must inquire within ourselves and see if we are the problem. In the sense that maybe there is something inside within me that is not allowing me to feel happy. For example, if you have a house, if you have a job, money is coming in, if you have some friends, and yet you still don't feel happy, then the problem, most probably, is within. It is in your ability to see the beauty of what you have, to see the abundance in what you have. Therefore, I do an inner work. I don't go and change immediately my outer situation. You don't need to do that. Be wise and smart and acknowledge all the greatness that you have outside and just change simply within the way you see things. And if you want the quickest way to do that in reality, it is by understanding and detaching from the ego. What is the ego? This is very important to understand. Ego, as it is known nowadays in the spiritual world, it is the human identity. Okay, if I believe I am a human, I identify with the thoughts of a human, with the desires of a human, with the needs of a human. But in reality, if I detach from all of this and I just am as I am, okay, I am the soul. I am the pure awareness. And one can do that by focusing on the heart center, closing the eyes, and going deep within, and meditating in a sense, or contemplating, that's even better, your real nature beyond your human identity. Who are you? This is an exploration you can do. And in fact, you must do if you want to get rid of all the suffering of a human being. And this is actually what enlightenment truly is. So as you can see, I just share with you a few tips that you can use when you have already realized that what the world can offer you in the way it is somehow commonly, like shown to us. Then you start this inner journey. You start like changing a bit your inner behaviors so you can change your outer behaviors, right? And if you want to do that, you must like read the right books. You must spend time with the right people. In fact, what I suggest to my clients and my students, it is to find someone who has already what they are looking for. If you're looking for inner peace, it's the same when you're looking for money. You must spend some time with someone who is already wealthy, who knows how to make a business. So in the same way, if you're looking for inner peace, freedom, clarity, and complete detachment from any type of suffering or trauma, no matter if there is a war outside, if there is like an economical crisis or like a health problem, then you must find someone who is already stable in the transcendental identity of a spiritual being. Because ultimately, life, it's all about this. First, awakening to your spiritual reality, seeing life also as a spiritual dimension of the divine, and then, of course, start to spiritualize your human nature, which means that eventually when you know yourself as you really are, you can embody somehow all this purity, harmony, joy, and oneness in the human nature, and you will feel completely different. You will feel a new being, a spiritual being with your inner somehow world completely changed, because you are not as, let's say, the old version of yourself, or as most of people are nowadays. You are aware now, you are present, you are not jumping into action and into desire. And this is the goal of life. Namaste.